In this video, I will talk about the new module that I'm introducing. It's called Total Story Views. It's right here. And the history of this module is uh, when I still was with Plig, someone asked about how we can like change the code to add story views. When someone clicks on the link of the story from the summary or from any other place, it will record one view in the table in the database. So I altered the code and provided them with like a way to record this. Now, when that was the like the time of the end of Plig, when we took over and then we created the Plikli CMS, uh, I decided to continue this project and make it a module. So in the first two releases, I was so busy because I was working alone and it's too much. So I put it on the shelf on hold for a while. After the last stable version, which is 3.52 in Clicky, I decided to finish this module. So I finished it and prepared it for the next version release, which was never released after I left. Even though Chuck had all the files that I worked on for the whole CMS, not only this module. So I'm going to introduce it in Plikli CMS, and now it's time to show you what this module does and how it works and what are the requirements. As always, before you install a module, read the README file. I already installed it, okay? So let's read the file to see how it works and what are the requirements. So this is a brief history about the module, what it does, and where you can display the total views of each story, and all the other information. So I provided 13 hooks, 13 different places for the admins to select one. Let's check the settings now, because in the settings, it shows you what you have to do. By default, it's views custom here. When you first install the module, it's story total views custom, meaning it's not going to display anywhere. So you have to choose one of the 13 placement to display it. At the bottom in here, I provided display samples, a screenshot of every possible display of the 13. Now, my favorites are these two here. They are the most elegant ones, but it's not up to me. It's up to the admin who installs the CMS. So you have 13 to choose from. I chose the vote box end. And for the sidebar, by default, it's off. I set it on for the sake of the demonstration. And this is the first module, by the way, that displays in the sidebar of the CMS since the time of Plig and then Clicky. All the sidebar modules, whenever admins wanted to increase or decrease the number, they had to ask how we can do it, and then we will tell them, okay, go to this file and then change the number to this or that, whatever you want. So meaning they have to alter the original code, and any update will erase everything. So it wasn't convenient, it wasn't user-friendly, and it wasn't professional. So from now on, always I will use all the settings that are possible in the dashboard of the module. You don't have to alter any file at all. So you can decrease it and increase it, but keep in mind that the more you increase it in here, it's going to take more load time, more strain on the server, and more real estate, like from the page. So take all these into consideration. Now let's go and always submit when you change anything. Let's see it, or let's see the interpretation of each one of these here. So the workbox end, which is right here. You see it at the end of the workbox. The workbox start will display at the top in here. So either one are the most elegant, as you've seen, and then as I said, it's your choice. How it works, and this is the sidebar. Now, before we proceed, those are meant to be set, both of them together or one of them, either one. So if you decide to display only this one, where you decide to put it, like in this case in here, and you don't want to display the sidebar, then you change it to off here and it won't display. But the other one will still display. So if we refresh, we see that it's going to disappear from here. It's gone. And vice versa. You decide to just show the sidebar and not to show any other placement, so you reverse here. You put it on, and then you put this back to custom. Then it won't show at all. So we're okay now. Demonstration. So you are anywhere on the home page or the new page, or even from the comments, for instance, or from the search where it displays the summary, like the home and new page, or when you click on any tag and then it displays the many articles that are relevant to the tag that you search for. Anytime you click on the title of the article, it records one, even from the submitted or any tab in the profile, here or published or new or draft or scheduled, commented, upvoted, downloaded. So it will still record one. I'm going to go back to the new page just to show you how it immediately records the one. So this is the new and enhanced links module, which is right here. It has 36 links views. So if we click on it, we go to the full story, the story page, full story, not the summary, meaning somebody viewed this article. So, and we see here it changed to 37. So it recorded one. Now notice there is a discrepancy between 37 in here and it's still 36. Why is that? I'm going to explain it so that it doesn't raise any questions later on in the forum. Because I'm still working on enhancing it. Now it works like a charm. This is not an issue because I'm not using Ajax so far. So how it does? Usually when someone clicks on the link of the title, it requests from the links table all the information about this link ID, and then it loads them. Any module will take the information from the link data that were loaded after it's loaded, not before. So by the time the query returned all the information about this link ID and loaded it, then it will be passed to the module to work on whatever it is set to work for. It will add one to the views in the views table. That's why, because this one is loaded last, the story in the viewed stories in the sidebar, it has the correct number, and as opposed to this, because it already loaded before the module adds one to it. With Ajax, it will be dynamic immediately. As soon as you click on it, it will change here and it will change there. So it will be synchronized and instant. That's one enhancement. I'm gonna work on it. And just to remind you once more, as is, it's working perfectly. But I want to release it so that you get the advantage of using it and then see what kind of benefit it will provide you. It makes the site more active. People will come back because human beings are competitive by nature. So once they see that their submitted articles are not doing as well as others, they will start competing and finding out why and trying to get more and more. So this is very good for the site. The second enhancement I'm going to make, which is the total story views, is going to be one of the factors taken into consideration in the new module I'm preparing, which is the featured articles. The featured articles will take into consideration the number of votes, the number of downvotes, which are the reports, in a certain formula. They will be considered as reports. And then the karma, how many times it was viewed, like the total views, and some other factors as well, to establish a reputation about each article and then see if it fits to be featured or not. Excuse me. So the other settings and enhancement I'm planning on adding is another settings here to allow the author of the submitted story, the user who submitted the story, if like his or her views of the story will be counted or not. So let's say it will say allow users to or views by the author of the story to be counted. It's true or false. If it's true, meaning it will be counted. If it's false, it's not going to be counted. So I can click from here to eternity on this. It's not going to add anything to the total views if I am the one who submitted the story. So that's some enhancement I'm planning on for this module. But as is, it's working fine, and I hope you enjoy it.